paramedics, New York City and the Port Authority. Just the looks in their eyes told the story. They knew. They knew the day going up those steps, fight a fire that they couldn't beat. They knew that they were going up those steps to save lives that they could not save. They knew that they were marching into the bowels of hell, and they knew that they were going up, and they knew that they were never going to go back. They knew. They knew. I ask you, could you be that brave? Could you be that strong? Right at that same time, there had been a guy that was walking along with this guy who was clearly a maintenance guy from the building. He had with him arguably one of the most annoying inventions God ever allowed us to create. The Nextel phone with the walkie-talkie feature. And this thing had been amazingly quiet the entire trip down. And he's right to my left, and he's standing right next to me, and all of a sudden, as we see the firefighters in the cot, this thing starts to belch, beep, and make all kinds of electronic noise, and we hear this voice cry out, "We're on 82, we can't get down, we don't know what we're going to do." And this guy, he's right next to me, stops dead in his tracks, spins and turns around and starts to head back, and I looked at him and I said, "What are you going to do, man?" And he said, "I don't know, but I got to save my friend." I submit to you, that nameless maintenance man, that is a true American hero. That is a man that should be always remembered. I can only hope that day that the police and firefighters above them were able to turn him around and make him leave the building. We were on about the 18th floor on the way down, and we heard the next character of the day we ran into, who was on the 15th floor. We heard him on 18 because he had an electronic bullhorn, and he was singing at the top of his lungs in a voice that only a mother could love on payday. I mean, this guy was William Hahn revisited. He was about the worst singer I'd ever heard. But he's singing "God Bless America," and he doesn't even know all the words. But it was the messages that he would scream out in amongst his bad singing that kind of gave away what he was there to do. He'd say, "Hey, this is a day you're never going to forget. This is a day that's going to go down in history. You'll never forget where you were on September 11th." You see, he was a security guy from the building. He was sent up there to do exactly what the musicians were sent to do on the Titanic. Remember, the musicians go to the deck, play music, keep them calm, get them off the boat, right? This guy was sent to do the same exact thing. Go up to 15, relax them, make them laugh. You had to know what that singing he was making us laugh, and get them out of the building. And I wonder how many lives that man saved that day while giving up his own. When we got down to the bottom of the steps, we couldn't get out at the street level. It was the first chance we had to see what was going on. You look out these arching windows and you see these twisted steel, concrete, red blotches. You knew what the red blotches were. And so they couldn't let us out at the street level. They took us down to the concourse level, and that's the first chance we had down underneath the buildings to see people who were severely affected by the event. Gaping wounds, missing limbs, true blood and gut stuff. And your human nature takes over again, and you want to reach out to try and help somebody, and you could not that day. There were so many firefighters, police, and paramedics there that day to care for those that needed the help. I've never seen at one place and one time such an outpouring of caring, concern, of love. And that's what that was.